Have you ever felt fear take control of you? The kind of fear that makes your chest heavy, your heart race, and your dreams look impossible? Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. It is like an invisible chain that holds us back. Today, I will tell you a story of a young man named Arjun, who walked into the jungle in search of the secret to defeating fear, and the old wise man who changed his life forever. The story begins with a young man named Arjun. He lived in a small village at the edge of a great forest. From the outside, he looked strong and healthy, but inside, he carried a secret battle. Arjun was afraid of speaking up, afraid of chasing his dreams, afraid of failing. Whenever an opportunity came his way, his fear whispered, "You can't do it. What if you fail? What if people laugh?" And so he stayed silent, stayed behind, and watched others move forward. One evening, after yet another day of regret, Arjun made a decision. He had heard of an old wise man who lived deep inside the jungle. People said this man had the answers to life's greatest questions. Arjun packed a small bag, said goodbye to his mother, and walked into the jungle, determined to find the secret to defeating fear. The path was not easy. The trees grew taller and thicker. Shadows stretched longer, and strange sounds filled the air. The further he walked, the more fear grew inside him. Every rustle of leaves made him imagine danger. Every sound of a branch breaking made him think of wild animals. But he kept moving, whispering to himself, "I must find the truth. I cannot live like this anymore." After hours of walking, he entered a clearing. In the middle stood a massive banyan tree, with roots like walls and branches like arms reaching to the sky. Beneath it sat the old wise man, his eyes closed, his face calm, his presence peaceful. His beard was long and silver, his clothes simple, and in his lap rested a wooden staff. Arjun bowed deeply and said, "Master, I have come from far away. I am tired of living in fear. Fear controls me, weakens me, and steals my dreams. Please tell me, what is the secret to defeating fear?" The old man opened his eyes slowly. They were deep, kind, and calm, like a quiet river. He smiled gently. "Sit down, my child. If you truly wish to defeat fear, you must first understand it. Tonight, you will not just hear my words, you will experience them." Arjun sat beside him, curious and nervous. The jungle around them grew darker as the sun sank behind the horizon. The cries of night birds echoed, and the rustling of unseen creatures filled the air. Fear started to rise in Arjun's chest again. The old man pointed to the shadows. "Do you see how the darkness grows as the sun sets? Fear is like this darkness. It spreads quickly and makes everything look frightening. But watch." He lit a small torch. Instantly, the shadows pulled back. The trees, once terrifying, now looked ordinary. "Fear," the old man said softly, "is like these shadows. It looks powerful, but it disappears when light comes. The light is knowledge, courage, and action. Fear grows only when you stay still in the dark." Arjun listened carefully, but asked, "Master, how do I bring this light into my life? My fear feels so real, so strong." The wise man nodded. "Words alone are not enough. You must face fear directly. Tonight you will do 3 things in this jungle. Each will show you the truth about fear." Arjun's heart pounded, but he agreed. The first test began soon after. The wise man led Arjun to a rocky path where the sound of rushing water grew louder. At the edge, Arjun saw a narrow wooden bridge across a fast, dark river. The bridge shook in the wind, and the water below looked deep and dangerous. The wise man pointed. "Cross it." Arjun froze. What if the bridge breaks? What if I fall? The old man's voice was calm. This is fear speaking. It shows you what might go wrong, but it hides the truth that you are stronger than you think. Step forward, one step at a time. Arjun's legs shook as he placed his foot on the bridge. The wood creaked, the river roared. His fear screamed louder with every step. But as he moved slowly, step by step, something strange happened. The fear did not disappear, but it grew quieter. When he reached the other side, his chest swelled with relief. He looked back and realized the bridge was not as dangerous as his mind had made it. The old man smiled. Do you see now? Fear told you a story of falling, but reality told you a story of strength. Remember this, most fears live only in the mind, not in the world. The second test came when they returned to the clearing. The old man placed a small clay pot in front of Arjun. Inside, something moved. Reach in and take what is inside, he said. Arjun's stomach tightened. What if it is a snake? What if it bites me? The old man shook his head. Fear is a master of imagination. It shows you the worst picture, but until you face it, you will never know the truth. Go on. Arjun's hand trembled as he slowly reached into the pot. He felt something soft, something alive. His breath caught. Then he pulled it out and laughed in shock. It wasn't a snake, it was a harmless little frog. The old man nodded. Do you see again? Fear made you suffer before anything even happened. That is what it does. It punishes you twice, once in your mind and once if the danger is real. But most of the time, the danger is only in the mind. Arjun's heart felt lighter. He began to understand. The final test was the hardest. The wise man led Arjun deeper into the jungle until they heard the growl of a wild animal. Arjun froze. His body turned cold. A pair of glowing eyes appeared in the dark. It was a wolf. Arjun panicked. Master, we must run. But the old man stood calmly. No, running will only make it chase you. Stand firm. Face it. Show it you are not weak. Arjun's whole body shook, but he remembered the bridge. He remembered the clay pot. Slowly, he stood tall. He did not move back. He looked into the wolf's eyes and stayed still. The wolf growled once more, and then tilted its head, and finally disappeared into the forest. Arjun's knees nearly gave way, but his heart pounded with power. He looked at the old man with wide eyes. I did it. I thought I would die, but I stood my ground, and the wolf left. The old man smiled. And now you have learned the final truth. Fear is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It shows you where your courage is needed. You do not defeat fear by running. You defeat it by standing, by acting, by walking through it. Arjun sat under the banyan tree, his heart still racing, but now with pride instead of weakness. The old man placed a hand on his shoulder. Remember, my child, fear is the gatekeeper of growth. Every time you face it, you become stronger. Every time you walk through it, you step closer to your true self. Do not hate fear, thank it, for it points to the very place where your courage is waiting. When dawn broke, Arjun bowed to the wise man. He walked out of the jungle, and though the shadows of fear still followed him, they no longer ruled him. He knew the secret Mao. Fear was not a wall, but a door, and on the other side of that door was freedom. So, my friend, let me ask you, what fear is standing in front of you right now? Is it the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or the fear of the unknown? Remember Arjun's lesson. Fear is not the end, it is the beginning. Step into it, and you will discover the courage that was always inside you. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And for more powerful life lessons, don't forget to subscribe to Life Lessons Library, because sometimes one story can give you the courage to change your life.